There we remain best of friends. I'm really not reading this at all. I'm making it up. It's terrible. I can't read. Sorry. This is a wreck. I don't even know where I am. Okay, later on we went to the same comprehensive school together where we remained best of friends. We did try the boyfriend and girlfriend friend thing once, but my snogging advances were a little bit too much for Katie. And she did a runner from Ponty Leisure Centre screaming something about the boogeyman. Later on, Katie got her back on me by making me sick with jealousy as she dated all the sixth formers. One by one.
Classically A to Z.
Sadly, we lost contact when we left school, and that was that. Fast forward to 14 years ago, or 5,363 days to be precise, and the invention of Facebook, and I switched off my computer for the day, left my dull, boring office job to go meet an old school friend for a drink in the Adam and Eve in town. Lost where I am. I had absolutely no expectations of what would happen that fateful day. I can't really go into too much detail here without causing a few blushes. Yeah, that and the fact I don't remember much about the night anyway. But what I can tell you is that the school friend who used to take my breath away and give me butterflies as a teenager did exactly that all those years later.
Oh.
I think at one point I may have even accidentally dropped my beer mat under the table so I could have a sneaky peek. Just like I did with my pen in school.
Ah, you dirty bugger.
So if you hear a loud crack and a groan later, don't be alarmed, it's just me picking up my beer mat. Anyway, my inner teenager had been reawoken and a spark inside was instantly reignited. We laughed, we reminisced, we drank a few pints of bow. We drank a few more pints of bow. Probably a few more, yeah. And neither of us wanted that night to end. So I didn't. Pass the wine, babe. It's a private joke, sorry. Such was our enjoyment that evening, we made the decision that we would never let it end. And whilst the wild nights of partying and all-night drinking bow may have slowly transitioned into cosy evenings in our PJs with a glass of wine, the laughter and butterflies are still going strong. And those butterflies still remain today, and none so more than when I saw you walk down the aisle today.
Oh, that's romantic. So
You're
cute.
even more gorgeous today than you were back then. I well and truly landed on my feet.
Just tension above his waist. Yeah.
Right, I don't want to bang on for hours, guys, but there's 14 years to get through, so fill your glasses up, strap yourselves in, okay? I'll try and keep it brief. After just a few short months together, this crazy, beautiful woman who would turn my world upside down had somehow convinced me to give up my job, sell all my earthly possessions in a car boot sale, and pack what little we had left into 2 matching Tesco backpacks and bugger off to Australia to pick fruit. With just a couple of grand, a 2-man tent, also from Tesco, and a few rolled up t-shirts to our names, we boarded a plane to Australia and went on a year of wild adventures. I've read that in the wrong order.
You've only got to read.
Anyway, we had the time of our lives and met some truly fantastic people along the way. It really was the making of us and cemented our relationship. We became inseparable and fell even more head over heels in love with each other. We funded our travels by cleaning hotel rooms and apartments, and each time saving for our next camper van journey. In fact, it was during this time I said to Katie, I'd like to build camper vans one day, I can do it. And without hesitation, she turned around and said, do it. And this is one of the many reasons why I love this woman so much. Her spontaneous and positive approach to life, along with her passion, loyalty and support, has made me the person I am today.
Oh.
I also know that many of you can attest to these wonderful attributes. It was also during this trip that we decided that not only were we going to spend the rest of our lives together, but we were one day going to start a family as well. And guess what? Despite all of the difficulties life could throw at us in that department, we nailed that as well.
Yay!
One puppy and several hundred hilariously absurd and difficult IVF injections later, which involved me chasing Katie around the house and pinning her down, convincing her to let me stick a needle in her. 2 became 3. And we were
Yay!
blessed with the most beautiful and wonderful son anyone could ever wish for.
Yes!
The adventures and wacky ideas are still going as strong as our love and devotion to each other. This weekend is just one of the latest. It's not exactly what you would call conventional, and that sums us up perfectly, which is why we are all here today. We don't do conventional. I honestly don't believe that 2 people could ever be more destined to be together than we are. I don't know what supernatural powers you possess, Katie, but to this day, I am still spellbound. I have met my match, my best friend, my soulmate, my love, my perfect companion. Love you.
Oh, I'm so emotional. Oh, I should really go and give him a kiss, should I?
Okay, sorry, there is a little more to add to my speech, and I've got to thank a few people. I've got to thank you lot for making this effort. I know it wasn't easy to get down here. Coward drive. An hell of a gamble. I got to thank Gaynor. Gaynor, you've worked so hard. The last 2 years have been incredible. Well done. And you've had to listen to 2 years of wedding planning. Thank you. John, I've got to thank you for putting up with it as well. And thanks for the flowers too. Really, what an effort.